How's your day going? Day going all right? Yeah. Maybe not for everyone, though. Maybe your car's broken down. Maybe your computer won't start up, or you've had an almighty row with your Oh, look, there you go. Look, even ours isn't working. Well, apparently, there's a simple answer for everything. And everything that goes wrong, it's all Mercury's fault. Yeah, we're talking about the planet that is millions and millions of miles away. But apparently, Mercury is in retrograde. Now, I heard about this a few weeks ago, and it seemed to make sense. Because of the way my life was going. Does it make sense to you?
Well, I didn't even know about it, but
does it all click now?
Oh, my goodness, everything's clicking in. If this is a true thing, which, of course, we don't know, everything has gone wrong. Mark started to think that I've got an electrical problem with my body because everything I'm touching is turning off. And
oh, dear, Nadia.
Computer.
Oh, I see.
And I've had to take my watch off and my iPad, and I cannot send a tweet for love nor money with a photograph on it. There it is.
Yeah. Little troublemaker.
And maybe it's because of this. I hope so.
Well, I heard about this. It was probably about a month ago. I was doing a job, and it was sort of a voiceover thing, and there's problems with the desk, and things kept sort of not working properly. And one of the girls there said, "Oh, it's because of Mercury," and we all sort of looked at her like, what? But yeah, that was the first I'd ever heard of it.
So on
apparently it's a common
in the year
thing.
when things go wrong, what's that? What's
that's
then?
Uranus.
You can get ointment for that. What a load of old tosh. I mean, one of the women that was writing about this, one of the examples, she was like, "My jeans ripped at work today. It's Mercury." It's like, no, you've eaten too much cake, love. Your jeans rip any time. It's got nothing. What a load of.
Well, apparently Mercury goes into retrograde or whatever it does. It sort of happens every now and again. And
three times a year, from 48 million miles away, by the way.
Exactly. And apparently do you remember the London Olympic Games, the opening ceremony, which apparently there were loads of empty seats and all that sort of stuff? Mercury. Yeah, apparently the general election 2010 hung Parliament. Mercury.
I know it says so that it's chaos, confusion and miscommunication.
Yeah.
I live like that all the time. I'm going to be able to blame Mercury from here on in every day of my life.
Oh, well, there's one man who can explain exactly why Mercury is making our lives such a nightmare. It's astrologer to the stars, Russell Grant. Hey, Russell, how are you doing?
Well, I'm just about to go on stage with a brand new musical at the Hackney Empire, and then you lot dragged me in. So you've caused me terrible Mercury retrograde.
Sorry. Sorry. Have you heard of this before?
Of course I have. It's no big deal. It's about 3 times a year this happens. It happens in different signs. The important thing to understand, astrology doesn't predict, and you can't go blaming the stars. The fault lies not in our stars. But when you see Mercury coming up to retrograde, and in this case it's in the sign of Libra, started September the 17th, and it will go direct October the 9th, and in October the 24th, it will be back to speed. If you're born with Mercury retrograde, it can be a very good thing, because it means that you're aligning with your own stars. The important thing about Mercury is to understand that when it comes to communications, if you know that something is upcoming in your life, Mercury is going to be retrograde, is just to prepare for it.
Okay, so there's nothing really we can do. It just happens, and just because your jeans have ripped, don't blame a planet that's millions and millions of miles away.
No, don't blame Uranus. We've heard it all before.
You know, the cheap gags are the best. If not, get just the cheapest. Russell, thank you so much for explaining that to us. And good luck. Good luck with this show. Now, has that changed your mind at all? No.
He agreed with me.